Hey, back for part two. Just gonna finish up here, and so after the beatdown of Kali, we're back from commercial, and Nexus makes their way to the ring. By the way, I fucking love their theme song. It's so fucking good. I really enjoy it. It's fucking awesome. It fits them perfectly. We are one. It really does. It's just fucking awesome. So they make their way to the ring, and Wade Barrett, they're all in the ring together. And Wade Barrett says, he's just been informed that Khali versus Wade Barrett himself has been canceled. And then Wade Barrett says, landscape in WWE is going to change this Sunday at SummerSlam. And he says that they will beat Team WWE. And so then go backstage. It's Cena and Bret Hart walking. Looks like they're coming out to the ring. Then Miz walks up and approaches them and says, I want both of you to ask you if you need me this Sunday or whatever. And they both say, are you in or out? And Miz says, kind of slaps and shit and says, you'll know Sunday. I'll let you know Sunday. And he walks off with a smirk. And Cena's like, can't believe, or Bret Hart, whichever one of them was like, can't believe we may actually need him or whatever. And so then we go to commercial. And then Edge and Jericho to the ring. And then Nexus already outside as the Lumberjacks. And out next is Bret Hart. And lastly, John Cena. So it's Edge and Chris Jericho versus John Cena and Bret Hart in a Lumberjack match with Nexus as the Lumberjacks. And the match is, it was pretty crappy. There wasn't really much to it. It was like a no contest. Jericho threw Cena to the outside about 2 or 3 times, and Nexus beat the shit out of him. And then they beat up Jericho because he accidentally hit Wade Barrett when he was tossed to the outside. So Jericho and Edge retreated, and then Cena and Bret Hart were in the ring as Nexus were on the apron, and then Morrison and Truth came down, so 7-on-4, still not looking good for Team WWE. Edge and Jericho, they show them on the ramp, kind of like talking to each other, like, should we go back down? They like, no, and they take a couple steps back up the ramp, and then they turn around, they book it back down the ring, 7-on-6, crowd's going nuts, looks like it's going to be a brawl, and they start going at it and shit. Same thing that happened a couple weeks ago. Nexus retreats through the crowd. Team WWE is standing in the ring, like, talking shit to Nexus, who's up in the stands, or yelling at each other. Cena's doing his gay little you can't see me thing. And that's pretty much how Raw ended, with those two teams yelling at each other from the stands in the ring. So that's how Raw went off the air. So overall, it was entertaining. Not really a lot of wrestling, good. But there was some good stuff in it. There was good wrestling, but not long. The matches weren't really long. I'm not really sure. SummerSlam should be pretty good this summer, this week, this Sunday. Only thing I'm kind of, nervous about is how they booked Nexus up to this point, WWE that is. Like, they've had him, beat the shit out of Cena's team the past 3 weeks since Cena's team was formed and they knew who was on it or whatever, and took out Khali tonight, and Edge and Jericho came back tonight, so I guess it's going to be 7-on-6, and I'm guessing Khali will be back to be the 7th man, or maybe it'll be Mark Henry, or maybe it'll just be 7-on-6, or they'll get someone to be the 7th guy. I don't know, but I just don't like how it's been booked, because it looks like Nexus had the upper hand in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it usually, that means kind of Cena's team is probably going to win Sunday, which is going to be fucking ridiculous. When they really should have Nexus just continue their momentum, their dominance, just beat Team WWE. I really hope someone turns heel on Team WWE, costs their team the match. I hope it's Cena. I would love that. I would enjoy his character so much more if he was heel. But, like I said on my preview earlier, my gut just telling me it's not going to happen. Maybe Triple H will have a surprise return, even though he's not really supposed to return to winter, in November, December, whatever. Who knows? SummerSlam's their biggest pay-per-view of the summer. Vince is going to want to close the summer out with a bang of a pay-per-view. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Raw was good tonight. Some good stuff. SummerSlam should be good coming up this Sunday. Like I said, I really hope Nexus wins Sunday, but I'll get into my SummerSlam preview and shit later in the week. But anyway, Raw was good tonight. Nothing too special, but it was solid overall. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it tonight. And this is RKO, Legend Killer 687, and I'm out. Have a good night, guys. Peace.